I wish I had more people to talk about System of a Down with because I still love their music.
Oh yeah.
And like in high school, I knew other people. Like now, I don't know anyone who listens to System of a Down. In high school, I did, but they were all like they knew like their more silly sounding songs, and they were
Yeah.
just like, "Lol, look at this, so funny, so random."
Yeah, there's a lot of that either escapism that they like or the just the absurdist side of it that they liked. Yeah.
I remember I was talking to another guy he was actually a pretty big System of a Down fan, but he didn't believe that their songs meant anything.
Damn.
And I was like, "What the fuck do you mean?" And I tried to explain to him that they're using Dadaism to convey a message and what Dadaism was. And he was just like, "Okay," and he named the song, and, I forget which song it was. It was just obviously about the Armenian genocide,
Oh,
because a
okay.
lot of their songs are about the Armenian genocide, and he was like,
Yeah.
"What does this song mean? It doesn't mean anything." I'm like, "What are you talking about? That's one of the most obvious songs."
Yeah. Yeah, that might have been from I don't know. I have different
"Revolution, the only solution, da, da, da," I forget what it's
yeah.
called.
Yeah, I know that song. I think it's on Steal This Album. I don't remember though. 'Cause
Pluck, that's what it is.
Pluck. That's Pluck? Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's why I don't remember it. That's one of their older ones, I think.
Mhm.
Um,
Fucking pleb.
well, I mean, all of their albums, except for like the
I
double
googled it.
album, really have distinct sounds, even though they have their own style and shit. Like, I think their first album sounds very different from Toxicity. Toxicity kind of sounds, or I'm sorry, Steal This Album kind of sounds like Toxicity a little bit. And then they evolve even further when they come out with the double album, Mezmerize, Hypnotize. And it's all very different, but all, obviously them, which is, I guess, why they have so much staying power. Their music is very timeless in that way.
Yeah, their vocals are like both Serge and Darren have very distinct sounding voices.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely helps them stand out no matter what their music sounds like.
Yeah, and it's a bummer, like, you want to see them reunite so bad, and you don't know what the dynamic is there and why someone's reluctant to do it. But it's it's sad because a lot of their solo stuff just lacks the collaborative fucking magic that the band had. Yeah, I feel like Scars on Broadway, when I listen to their music and try to make out what they're saying, I don't get the message that they're trying to convey. There's a few songs like Chemicals and uh, I forget the other one, but that I can kind of get what they're going for. But it's also like, it seems kind of like, we're in your face, we're shocky, we're fucking, all out hard metal. Like, I don't know. It just seems a lot more try hard than System of a Down did.
Yeah, it's not as poetic, I guess.
Yeah,
And uh like it was the he doesn't have like the Dadaist style that
yeah.
they in System of a Down, which is what I really liked about them.
And I mean, I still like a lot of Surge's stuff from his first solo album, Elect the Dead. I think that's a pretty solid album. And it's got some stinkers, but it's mostly pretty
There's
good.
there's some songs that I liked from his first album, but he I think just got kind of a big head
Like, I
when he
think
went.
I agree with that. I think Praise the Lord and Pass the Ammunition is probably
Oh yeah,
better than a lot of even System songs.
that's one of the ones that I liked from his.
I just know the ones that were in my dad's car when I was a kid, so I don't even know the names. I just remember the songs. And they're probably mostly from Toxicity, from what I understand.
System of a Down album tier list. Let's do it.
Well, that's
Okay,
between y'all. I'll
okay.
sit this one out.
Looking at the track listing for their first self-titled album, these are actually songs that I don't really care about that much.
Yeah, their self-titled album is
I like some of these. I like Sugar. I like Qbert.
it's very proto System of a Down sounding. It doesn't quite sound like them.
I
It
like maybe
does,
half
but
of
only in
these
glimpses, I
songs.
think.
Yeah. So I like maybe half of these songs. So that one isn't the best album they have.
Yeah, it's definitely there's a lot. I wouldn't say a lot. There's something to be desired from their first album. It's not quite matured into their actual sound. It's crazy how far they went from that album to Toxicity too. Cause
Hmm.
cause I'm looking at, I don't know, I can't, I don't think I can share my screen with you, but,
I don't have my laptop in front of me anyway. It's in the other room.
oh, okay. Well,
'Cause it's
I'm just
plugged
on
in.
tierlistmaker.com, so the tiers are SABCD, right? So it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know where I would put the first album if I'm thinking about it, because I know that there's songs I like and there's a lot that I would skip. Probably half of it, so maybe a B. Toxicity, however, man, I was so sad because I remember I had that special edition disc CD of Toxicity, the 2 CD one. Well, it's a CD and a DVD with the
Mhm.
music videos. And the
Yeah.
DVD is still good. I tried to get the CD out, and it's, just one of those fucking clamshell cases with the hard plastic holding
Uh-huh.
the disc in. And when I tried to remove my CD, it just fucking snapped in half.
Oh, that
I
sucks.
know. I was so angry. And, oh, man. Yeah, very upset by that. But I still have the DVD at least. But yeah, no, I don't think I dislike a song on that album. I think they're all pretty much bangers.
It definitely Toxicity definitely has more songs that I like. I might skip one or two of these, but a lot of the songs that I like are definitely better than the ones that I like on their self-titled album.
Yeah, I feel like the ones that I would be tempted to skip on this album are just short and sweet enough to where I would still jam them. Like either Jet Pilot or X or something, like where I'm just like, no, I can still fuck with this for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Toxicity's really good, Psycho's really good, Aerials is really
Yeah,
good.
I mean, just it starts with Prison Song, and it just
Chris
dun,
song.
dun, dun,
I
dun. It's
remember I
so
would always
fucking heavy,
play
and
it.
yeah.
I did this joke so many times because people didn't know this song. But I would be like, "Hey, I'm gonna play a new song for you," and I'd start it, and you know how it starts with that one dun, and then it waits several seconds, and it's just nothing.
Yeah,
Like, dun, and I'm like, "That's it. That's the song."
that's the song. Oh. Man, I'm tempted to put Toxicity in S tier, but what do you think?
I would say A. I don't think I would go as far as S, just because there are songs that I don't like on this one. I don't know if I like Shimmy. I might skip Shimmy, but it's short too.
Oh, shibby, shibby, shibby to the break of dawn, yeah.
That one's okay. I don't dislike
I
it.
like that song. I mean, honestly, like Serge's performance on this whole fucking thing is crazy and enjoyable, and that's why I can't really skip any of these. Like, he's just so alive in this.
Can I give it an A plus?
Yeah, we'll keep it an A for now. Let's go to Steal This Album, because this one to me is probably my least favorite.
Really? I love all these songs.
I would, I don't know. I like a lot of them, but I don't know if the ones that I just heard too much or what, or if it's just like I don't get some of them.
A lot of these, I feel like this one was they're more like radio friendly. I mean, they're all explicit, but they had radio versions.
It seems like such an in between, between Toxicity and their last two, that it just seems awkward. And I don't know. I don't. A lot of the song structures to me don't resonate and they don't stick in my head as readily.
Really? Most of the well, a lot of these do for me, like Inner Vision,
Mm-hmm.
Boom, New Guns, 36. Even though 36 is so short, I love it.
Yeah, 36 is a nice short and sweet banger. I like Streamlined and Intervision. I like IAO. I like ADD. So probably like half the songs I like. Kind of like the first album, but even like, yeah, New Guns. I don't know. I don't really care for that one. It's okay. I could listen to it. It just. I think the harmonies also are a little weaker on this one. They don't quite have the same operatic quality that the last two albums they did have.
Yeah. Inner Vision, I think the harmonies.
Yeah. Inner Vision, Streamlined, they work really well. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably put that one in either B or, yeah, probably B tier. But you're saying A? You're saying it's as good as Toxicity?
Um,
I'm saying it's probably on par with their first one.
I wouldn't put it on par with their first one. I don't know. Hold on, let me. Okay, I'll say B. Just because it isn't as good as some of their other albums.
I mean, we could drop their first album to C just by comparison. I mean, this is a relative list anyway. If you don't want to,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little bit lower, and Steal This Album's kind of in between.
I feel like Mezmerize and Hypnotize both are S's though.
That's interesting. I would agree with Hypnotize being S tier.
You don't like Mezmerize as much?
I think Mezmerize is almost as good as Toxicity, but still it leaves something to be desired in terms of like all around like scale and performances. I feel like there's songs that really stand out in the first half of Mezmerize, and then when you get into the middle, it just kind of, the songs aren't really on the same par for me. Like Question, like that song is pretty good. In fact, I'd say it's good. I don't know what it is about the performance and the vocals specifically that leaves something for me. I don't know. But I feel like he's just on like his top of his game, Surge, actually, on Toxicity, and I don't think he really reaches that again until Hypnotize.
Hypnotize, I think the only song that I maybe don't like as much is She's Like Heroin.
Oh, I love that song.
I like it. I just don't like it as much as I like Soldier Side or Attack or Hypnotize.
Yeah.
But all the other songs are good.
I feel like I will say that the Hypnotize album is probably the first, and I guess the only, System of a Down album where I like their slow songs as much as I like their more energetic songs. In Steal This Album and their first album, I rate them a little lower because their slow songs to me are kind of, they don't flow as well with the rest of the album. I don't know why that I feel that way, but I just don't feel like it doesn't have the same synergy or coherence that I feel like they mastered on Hypnotize. And I don't know how they did it, and maybe that's just me. But yeah, that's the rank. System of a Down self-titled, then Steal This Album, then tied Mezmerize and Toxicity, and Hypnotize is the best. They went out on top of their game. Wow. Hard to do that.
Still wish they would come back.
Oh, absolutely. It's been 15 years. They have to. Please, God. Why?
Didn't they go on tour recently?
They did. Maybe last year or a couple years ago. Yeah, they toured. They did a brief world tour. I don't know where they went or how many places, but yeah.
I think they just mostly went to Europe.
Yeah, Europe and
because I don't know.
Yeah, Europe and I think some spots in like the Middle East area, or like, you know, Southern Europe, West Asia kind of shit.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, they need to make more music.
Yes, please. If you're listening. They're not.